Hey everybody, I hope everybody's having a really good week this week. So this week was popping and dropping is a treasure chest pop-up. Now this is just our mock-up, but we got a lot of cute things in the file that you can use. So why don't we go ahead and head over to Design Space, and I'm going to show you everything that comes in the file. I'll see you there. Okay guys, now that we're in Design Space, this is the file, and here are all the pieces that will be in this file. You can add any additional pieces you would like to add. Don't forget to go up and name and save your project. And why don't we go ahead and get our pieces cut out, and then I'll meet you back at the craft table and I'll show you how to put it together. I'll see you there. Okay guys, now that we are back at the craft table, why don't we go ahead and get our pieces to our card base and our mechanism pieces too. And this is just my piece of acetate. I'm keeping it covered so I don't get it all smudged up. So these will be our mechanism pieces, and then these are our pre-paper for our card base. So on our card base here, we have 3 score lines. So why don't we go ahead and work those score lines. So this first score line is going to be a valley, then a mountain, and then a valley. Okay. So once we have it folded and worked, we can get our acetate out. And we're going to need tape for this. We don't want anything in this first section here. Our last 2 pieces are 2 little sections here. That's the piece we're going to put our acetate in. So I'm going to put a strip here and a strip here on each of these sections. So let's do that. So we have those tape in there, and we're just going to smush it into our little valley fold here. So the acetate, we're going to fold this section down like so, and then we will line our piece up so it will come to the edge of our card over here. Okay. And if we don't fold this edge up, it's not going to reach the end. So make sure you're folding that flap down like so. So it's going to be a valley fold down, and then we have this scored section and then this section. So I'm going to go ahead and take my tape off of a portion of this and get it lined up. So that's what it's looking like. Oh, you can see we have it lined up over here on this edge. And then we're going to take this off and then sandwich it in between the other piece over here. Okay, now we have this little V section here that we need to go ahead and close up. So we can just put glue or tape in here and we'll adhere it to each side. So let's do that. Now I'm just going to put my little clips on this and let it set, and we can get our little mechanism pieces out. And pay attention to these pieces because one point is different than the other. So this has a pointed and this one is cut off. On each of these score lines on our long piece here, which there's 4, they are all going to be valley folds. So let's do that. And the same on this piece. And then our pointed part here on this one, but there's no point on this one, so we have two different pieces, but each of them are going to be mountain folds. So let's work those. Okay, so we have something that's looking like this on our mechanism. Now what we're going to do is just make this into a box. So we just folded it around to meet our little flap over here. And we're going to put a little glue and then place it down on the glue. And then we have this little box here. So let's go ahead and do that to both pieces. And when you put the side down on that tab, we want to go ahead and just move it both ways, back and forth, to make sure our piece is setting up correctly. So it should be laying flat when you move it back and forth each way. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And I'm going to go back to our piece over here. And what we can do with it is we can go ahead and put our pretty paper on. So let's do that. Now we're going to get our mechanism pieces back out and we're going to put these on. We're going to need, the first one that we're going to put on is the one with the point, okay? This one here. And that one is going to go right up here on our section here. And how we're going to do this is our piece should be looking like this. So if you notice, our little section of the flap needs to be up and on the same side. So we don't want to use this side. And we want our little notch that's cut out, we want it facing towards the right hand side of our card base. And what we're going to do is focus on this triangle section here. And we are going to line that up right into our score line. So if you pick up the right side of your card, and we're just going to set it right in there like so. Okay. And the point, you don't want to go past your card base here. So what we're going to do is just put glue on this triangle. We're going to turn it over and then lay it back to where I just showed you. So let's go ahead and do that. And we have it bumped right into that score line there. We're just going to give it a rub down. Okay, now that we have that on, this is how your piece is laying. If you fold it over, we're not going to fold on this first score line here. We're going to fold on this second score line there. So we're going to fold it over and we should have our little square box facing up. If it is like this, how we can't see our square, the squares on this side, we just need to shift it and bring it back like so. Okay. We are going to place glue on this square right here and then fold our card into it. So let's go ahead and do that. And we want to give this a minute to set. And you want to see it from that side. That's what it's looking like inside of our card. And then open it up slowly because we just want to make sure we've given it a chance to set in place. And then once I have it open, I like to take something and give it a good rub down on the inside. And this is what our piece is looking like open. Okay. Now for our second piece, we're going to do the exact same thing, except we are going to use this edge as our score line. Okay. So we're just going to take this triangle section and we're going to use this edge here as our guide. And we are just going to line it up on our mechanism on this side like so. And I'm just going to put a little piece of tape on the back of this so you guys can get an idea of how it's supposed to line up. So let me do that real quick. Okay. So that is how we're going to line it up on our little card base here. And if you notice, there is a little section that's going past it on this side, and that's okay. We just want to make sure we're lining it up evenly on our card. So I'm going to pull this up and put glue on it and adhere it to my card permanently. So let's go ahead and do that. So whatever is going past it, I'm just going to snip it off because I put glue on it. You don't have to, just because I got glue on it. You can leave it there. So we should have something that's looking like this. And now what we have to do is we're going to fold it over, not on this score line, but this score line, the second one. And if our square is like so, where we can't see it, we need to push our piece up like this. Now we can see our little square there, this section. And what we're going to do is put glue on that section or tape, whichever you prefer to use. And we are going to put it down on our card base. So this is how our piece should be looking. And I'm just going to kind of smush mine down like this and hold it flat and then give it a rub down. And then once we think it's dry, we can open it up slowly and we should have something that's looking like this. Now, I'm just going to take this thing here and rub down on my section. You can use a pencil or whatever to get in there. And then we have our little mechanism working here. So that's done. What we can do is get our pieces out to our treasure chest. And I have mine put together already, the decorations. And then I just need to put it on top. And I just took some ink on my brown cardstock and gave it kind of a distressed look. So why don't we go ahead and do this real quick. I'm not going to put glue on the latch here. There's that piece. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my top piece. Okay, so I have my treasure chest together. On this piece, I am just going to take and kind of lift it up here and just roll it just a little to make it look like more like a latch for Yeah, there you can see it. But then I'm going to take my lock and key that's in the file if you want to use it. And I am going to snip it over here on my lock like so. And then I'm going to take my key, and in my heart, I'm going to go up and around like so. Okay. But I'm also going to do that through the hole of my chest here. So that's what it looks like. We can get an idea of how we want to place our treasure chest by putting it inside our card on each of our mechanisms. So we'll get an idea where we want to line them up. Got a little static electricity going on here. So this is how it's going to look closed. Oh, you can't see in our card. So what I'm going to do is put a little glue just on our square or tape, and we will put the other pieces on. So you can see how I'm kind of lining mine up where I want it. And then we can just give it a rub down. And that's how it's looking when we open our card. Okay. So we can do the same thing on this piece here. So that's how we put our treasure chest on. Isn't that cute? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish up my card, and then I'll be back to show you what I came up with. Okay guys, so here is the finished product. I think this is just so cute. I decided to put an anchor and a wheel on the outside here. And then we don't have to do a lot of decorating on the front of our card, so that cuts down on some time. And then we open it up, and it says, "We treasure you" under here. You can see that. So when they open it up, they'll see that. And then we also, I put a place where we can add money if you would like. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. And then I just did some jewelry over here and some more coins that I thought would be cute. And then the key. And then, of course, on the back, we have a place where we can write a message. Now, for the money, if you want to add the money, is very simple. I'm going to take this out. I just did a section of 4, so I folded in half and then half again, and then I took and folded each corner on the bottom like so. And in the file there is a rectangle shape of paper. That's what this is for if you want to use it. This I just cut. So what I did was put the strip of paper on the front and then folded it onto the back like so. This is nothing fancy, guys. And then we can put a little glue on this, or tape, whichever you want to use. So I'm going to put a little glue here. And you can take your money out after you have it, your score lines made. And then we're going to fold it back over onto that. And then I just took a piece of tape, and you can do glue too. It's up to you. So there's my tape. I put my money back in here. And then I just decided where I wanted my money placed. But I didn't want it to be seen in the card when it's shut. So you can't see the money. So I would just then take my tape off and then push it to the back. And this is what it looks like on the other side, so you can see. And then you just slip the money back inside. Like so. I just think that is so cute, guys. I just love all the little jewels we can add in there. And you don't have to add the money if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. But you could do all kinds of cute little things with this card. So, yeah, guys, this is pretty cute, I think. Do you guys know what a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet is? Arr. Guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with me. Don't forget to stop by next week to see what's popping and dropping. Bye.